And daylight will reveal the extent of that damage, but we are hearing there was a lot of it over, of course, in the Portland area. And let's go ahead and check back in with Hope Boland. And you were getting reports of that as well, that you saw some of that damage there in the Portland area.
While we were doing, we were live on on Facebook and on 3 News Plus app, we were getting reports of throughout the area, Ingleside, Portland, different places like that. We were trying to keep track of the storm in real time, so we loved seeing the things that were happening. It helped be like, yeah, this is what we're seeing on radar. This is it on the ground there. But one thing that I wanted to mention from that video there is that we saw that the wind blowing the hail. That was something that we were concerned about, is like this breaking windows, potentially even house windows there. And so one of the things I was saying is, like, don't be outside to take pictures. If you want to from inside your house, you can, but you might want to be further away from the window, because if that blows into and breaks your window too, you don't want anybody getting hurt.
I was pretty nervous tonight because I live out in Portland, and so I had to get a hold of my neighbors just to check with them and make sure everything was okay. They said there was a lot of clutter, a lot of debris, but so far I'm counting my blessings here that my windows were okay.
Yeah, so going into tonight, we did have a level 2 out of 5 severe risk for our coastal counties. It was almost all of Nueces County there, and then a level 1 out of 5 risk for the other counties expanding westward. So most of the coastal bend, all of the coastal bend was under this severe risk for today. And of course, we did see those large hail come into areas that weren't just in this slight risk zone. So we did see really heavy impacts there. One thing that we were warning about was hail possible greater than an inch. If you were just seeing hail around an inch, that was the lesser of the problems that were severe warned, because this got up to 2 to 3, in some places even a little bit greater than 3 inches. We actually did end up seeing winds surpass this 57-mile-per-hour thing that the National Weather Service was saying we could see winds up to. We saw them getting warned for 60 to 70 miles per hour. And so, it wasn't just the coast that we saw these impacts. It did move, eventually most of it moved southeast. So we did end up seeing it go off into the Gulf, and there's still being a lot of action out there. This is the 5 hours again that we're looking at. This right now, this is current, that we're seeing just some rain here, but this is at the beginning here that we saw these 3 supercells come in, lots of lightning, lots of hail that we were monitoring with that very, very giant hail, damaging winds. We were stressing to people, hey, don't go outside, bring in any pets, don't go driving, especially the one that went through Refugio, that ended up moving south and riding along, I believe it was 69 east there. So it changed directory a little bit more and took a little bit longer to get out of our region here. But hey, behind this cold through, after we see all this activity happen and be out of here over the next couple of hours, we are going to wake up in the 50s tomorrow morning. I'm sorry I did not change this winds here. We'll see winds turn out of the north there, post frontal there. And so that's going to help us cool down, bring in some drier air as well. So we're not going to get as hot tomorrow. We'll be around the 78 degrees, helping to keep our temperatures a little bit in check, which is something we definitely like to see into the beginning of next week as well. We'll see temperatures in the lower 80s before we see, a high build, upper level high build over the area.